Have you ever wondered how compound interest works and why it could be bad for you? Picture this. You're like Jane, a hardworking woman who decided to take out a loan for her dream car. She's been making her monthly payments diligently, but she notices that her principal balance isn't decreasing as fast as she thought it would. And that's because of a little thing called compound interest. Compound interest, quite simply, is the interest on a loan or deposit calculated based on both the initial principal and the accumulated interest from previous periods. Think of it as interest on interest. It can work in your favor when you're the one saving or investing, but when you're the one paying off a loan, it can be a source of frustration, just like it is for Jane. Jane took out a loan of $10,000 with an annual interest rate of 10%. She thought, 10% of $10,000 is only $1,000, right? But that's not how compound interest works. Instead of paying $1,000 in interest over the course of the year, Jane ended up paying more. Why, you ask? It's because her interest didn't just apply to her initial $10,000. It also applied to the interest that had been added to her loan throughout the year. So, by the end of the year, she owed more than she initially bargained for. And that's the downside of compound interest. It can lead to an increasing debt spiral if not managed well. Jane, like many others, found herself paying more towards interest than towards the actual loan amount. And this is how debt can quickly snowball out of control. It is crucial to understand the implications of compound interest when taking out a loan or using a credit card. It's not just about the amount you borrow, but also how the interest will add up over time. Remember, compound interest accumulates faster than simple interest. While the initial amounts might seem small, over time, they can add up to a significant amount. The longer you take to pay off your debt, the more you'll end up paying in interest. In summary, compound interest works by adding the interest you owe to your principal balance, and then charging you interest on that new, larger balance. This process can quickly escalate your debt if you're not careful, just like it did for Jane. So the next time you're considering taking out a loan or swiping your credit card, think about Jane and remember the effects of compound interest. It's not just about the money you borrow, but also about how much you'll end up paying back in the long run.